Hello everybody! How's everyone doing tonight? It's Girl Got Game and we're back from vacation with more arcade spirits. Hello to GG and a sleepy kitty Yuli and Mara as well. How are you guys doing? And GG, that is so cool that you met an old friend at work. What are the odds of that? Super awesome. And hello, Sweet Bean Catherine. How are you doing? Good to see you. Let's load up our tokens for level 3 of Gavin's route. See what's going on with Senpai today. Ah, it's nice to be back. Fantabulous. Wow. Awesome. Glad to hear it. I'm doing pretty fantabulous myself. Thank you, Yuli. Yeah. I'm back from vacation and feeling more well-rested than I was. We had a good time with family. It was really, really good. The thing, like yesterday, I was replying to comments late today because yesterday when we came back, I felt like I was still moving on the water. So I'm like sitting here looking at the computer screen and the comments are just like bobbing up and down. I'm like, I think I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah, it was. It was. I wish we could have stayed a little longer. Because unfortunately, most of the vacation was spent driving to the place and back. So, you know, I mean, driving can be nice. Like, it was nice to see a whole bunch of different places and stuff. But, like, the actual, like, sitting there and just, like, enjoying being there was relatively short in comparison. It's probably equal driving and equal relaxation. But it was nice. It was super nice. We had great weather. It only rained for maybe, I want to say 15 minutes Sunday when we were leaving. And then we got everything packed and were able to drive back in the air conditioning because there's no air conditioning there. And thank you, Justin. Good to be back. How are you doing, by the way? So yeah, like it was hot the day we left. It was just, I think it felt like 40 degrees Celsius by the time we were driving back, so I was glad to be in the air-conditioned car on the way home instead of melting by the lake. I would have had to like basically just live in the lake all day if we were still there. But we had tons of good food and yeah, just beautiful weather all in all. And I got a tan and I've got a lot of mosquito bites and and all that. But it's good to be back. Good to be popping back into things, so yeah. Good to see all of you. Right, so we were doing Gavin stuff. Hot as Satan's front porch. I believe it. That's actually a really good way to describe it. We're supposed to, quotation marks, supposed to be getting a cold front today, so we've got the rain. But it is like humid as all get out outside right now. So I'm sus of this cold front. It's only gonna last like one day at the most anyway, so bleh. Next time I should take a week holiday. That sounds good. I like your thinking, Catherine. I think I can get behind this. I think that's an excellent idea. A thingy that you plug in and repels mosquitoes. Oh, cool. Well, I'm glad that's helping. If it continues to help, I wouldn't mind hearing more about this magical thing. Because I've got mosquito bites everywhere. Like, just everywhere. And it's not fair because Doug was sitting next to me, also got bitten. Doesn't have any welts from it at all. So, bleh. I'm like, what do they do when they can't get a molly to eat? Ah! But all in all, the bugs weren't that bad, really. It was just the one night they were crazy, so we just like ran inside and went to bed early. And I'm like, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I was tired. Okay, so Gavin's thing was steady. So we should do this, because we've done this, at least. I'm very steady. I'm not okay. My nightmares aren't half as scary as this literal hell. I can deal with a lack of pants in my dreamland. But this is utter chaos. Honestly, I'm not holding up so well. This place is bonkers.
BFFs for life.
The blood type is key for mosquito. Interesting, Catherine. I don't actually know what my blood type is, but that is interesting to know. I did learn that the bobbing sensation, like I forget what it's called. It's like a French term syndrome. Basically means like when you disembark from a boat, like basically getting your land legs back, is more common in people who suffer from migraines. So I learned that yesterday. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I have migraines, so maybe that's why I'm more susceptible to the whole bobbing thing going on.
This is exactly why I came here with you. To help you in your hour of need. And to get away for the weekend, but still, hour of need.
Hello, Westwood and Little Kamier. Good to see you guys. How are you doing? You too, Catherine? That's alright. We can be ignorant together. I think we're back to where we're supposed to be. Yes. What did I call this again? Swimmer's ear. I was worried I was getting swimmer's ear. I had a couple days of water in my ear and I'm like, please get out. I don't want to get swimmer's ear. Doing good. Thank you, Little Kamier. Glad you're doing good too. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, I know, Yuli. It's rough with the bots. Thank you guys for reporting the bots for me. I do really appreciate that. That helps a lot. Yeah, last week it was just crazy, Yuli, with the bots. They just kept coming and kept coming. And poor Game Dan was just running ragged trying to do it all himself. So I'm like, okay, we need some more mods in here. So we've got a bigger team now, which is great. Y'all killing it so far. Man, I am completely blanking on what I called this. It was like... man, I can't even think what it was called. Yes, fellow co-workers. Yeah, we're doing the convention again, Westwood. I was trying to remember what I called it before. And I'm just completely blanking on the name. I'm just like... Yeah. Should I just go with Funplex Rising, which is like the default? Or do we want to try something new? Was it something reborn? We can try something new, yeah? Yeah, it was something reborn, like... Why don't we just do Funplex for Fun Ship Reborn? Thank you. That's GG. That's exactly what it was. Yeah. I think you're absolutely right. That's what it was. We could come up with a new name, though. I mean, it doesn't really change anything. Gavin Ball? I like it. We'll call it Gavin Ball. Let's try to implement the love interest name from now on into what we're doing. It's the Gavin Ball. Perfect. Print it. Yeah, that totally works. We shall call it Gavin Ball. Let's take over. Because that's our job. So we're not going to run into Gavin for like quite a while. And hi, Doc Wildcard, by the way. Good to see you. You didn't miss much. I was basically recapping what happened to me on vacation. So that's what we did. Oh man, I miss this music. Every time I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I know one is good for the steady, but I'm like, I still want to get points with Teo. I don't remember if I got points with Teo at this point. I think I did. I think we tried all of these, and this was the only one that worked? Let's try one for fun first. Okay, we've done this before. Okay, hold on. I don't think I actually don't think that affects anything. Because this didn't either. So I think we're good. Let's do kindness. So that's also a thing for our boy. And now we need to go back and see which one of you is the lowest, because we've done both of your events here. So Teo and Ashley, where are we at with you? Okay, currently Teo is below Ashley, so we'll go hang out with Teo first. We'll probably hang out with Ashley afterwards.
Hell yeah!
Alright, boy. Hey, that's what friends are for. I got your back. I got your back, boo. Don't you worry. He was getting nervous. He likes hugs. We'll give him a hug. Teo looks directly at me and winks. Why do I not remember this pose? Apparently I've seen this. I've seen this because I can skip here. Man. I like completely blocked that. You won't stay too long tonight, Yuli? That's alright. Thank you for popping in, at least at the beginning. Oh, by the way, I totally forgot to tell you guys. I had the worst feeling. We were driving up to vacation. Oh, thank you, Justin, by the way. Thank you very much. Yeah, I had a good time. We'll see you next time, Justin. Have a good rest of your day. Yeah, we were driving up to meet my brother-in-law to go away. And we're about halfway there, and we get a text from him saying, so, our cube van was stolen, and I'm with the police right now. And we're like, ah, crap, what does that mean? And I had just this, like, sinking feeling, like, we're gonna get there. He's gonna be like, the police need to talk to us. We can't go away. You're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to, like, reschedule. And I'll come back and be like, so, yeah, about that vacation, guys. It just so happened that we couldn't go. But thankfully, he was able to get the whole thing sorted out with the police before we got there, and obviously we were able to still go. And then Monday he was able to, he heard back from the police that the business next door to his business had a security camera, and so they caught footage of the person who stole the van, and that's where they are right now. But anyway, I was just like, what are the freaking chances that it's probably like the van we were gonna take up there and now we can't go and bleh. Thankfully that didn't happen, but I forgot that that was also a thing that happened. But other than that, the vacation was good. It was all good. It was just like the stress of like getting to the place. I was like, ah. But we're good. Phew. It all worked out in the end. I know that Gavin will not like this at all. Let's do... I think we did this before, but I think it's good for Teo. Yeah, definitely was good for Teo. Hey, there's my boy. Okay, so now we're back around to what's going on. I know, unbelievable is right. Talk wildcard. Let's see. More arcade games. So we found all of our friends. Well now, pretty much everybody else in the crew, save for Francine. You're always stressed on vacation. That is ironic. I kind of am like that too, little Kamiye, for sure. Yeah, I'm really glad that things got sorted out as quick as they were, like before we got there. I'm like, oh no, what are the chances? Why does the universe not want me to go on vacation? Whew. But it all worked out in the end. Teo and Ashley are still off hanging out with their respective communities. I've got some time. Maybe I can bend someone's ear meanwhile. Let's see, what's everybody doing right now? Gavin is reading the news, bored out of his mind. Yeah, you're definitely not alone. Gavin's poking his way through various arcade industry news feeds. More closures of local arcades, more buyouts by Deco. Dire news, as usual. Hey, Gavin, just who I wanted to see. I kinda added another tournament to Gavin Ball for Showtime stage. I don't know why. Just like the idea of saying to Gavin's face that we call this thing Gavin Ball is amazing to me. Attorney with prizes.
Seriously?
Another prize. Really? Trust me, this is a passionate audience that's gonna keep coming back for more. It'll be worth it. Well, this is your event, not mine. I'm leaving responsibility and consequences in your hands. Anyway, we can deal with that later. Are you enjoying roaming about Max? Don't worry about us. Naomi and I can handle promoting the Funplex itself while you're out promoting Gavin Ball. I just can't get through the word without laughing. That's true, Yuli. It was like he was replying to the name. And while I'm sure we're all working very hard, I seriously need a break, and I'm guessing you do too. Want to talk? I suppose it'd be nice to distract myself, and we rarely get a free moment for any sort of team building, do we? Very well. I can allocate you a few minutes of my time. Wow, thank you for allocating me some time. So, tell me about yourself, for starters. I mean, we work together, and you like pinball, I guess? I barely know anything about you beyond that. I suppose we have been remiss in exchanging such pleasantries, especially as we've been getting to know each other better. Very well. Where would you like to start precisely? At the start? I mean, why the arcade exactly? Because it's a losing prospect. Don't misunderstand me. I'd love for it not to be a losing prospect, and honestly, I'm pleased you're stepping up to help with that. I suppose... Well, you know I like to bring order to chaos, just like pinball. It requires a degree of finesse alongside a degree of luck. Two factors my family simply does not understand. Oh, we don't have to get into family stuff if you don't want to. No. It'd go a long ways to explaining how I came to be where I am. It's fine. I suppose the best standalone example would be my father, constantly reminding me how he came from nothing and made himself into a business success. A gold standard. Except it's a lie. His father came from nothing, not him. Society wasn't exactly, let's say, advantageously arranged for the Coopers. In my grandfather's era, he had even more societal setbacks to deal with than usual, simply due to the color of his skin. We've made great progress on such issues since the early 19 beeps. Not a solved equation, not by far, but quite daunting during his particular chunk of history. Despite that, with ridiculously hard work and a bit of cleverness, my grandfather recognized the technology sector as the right place to be at the right time and began his work there. He carved out a good life for his family and gave back to his community. His children would have the best schooling, the best home life, all the resources and comforts one needs to get a head start in life. Which, unfortunately, led to our family also becoming the absolute definition of class privilege. Bit of a double-edged sword. My grandfather worked himself to death to give my father a makeshift golden parachute. But my father trivializes that to make himself look like a self-made man. He gives my grandfather no credit for any of it. My brothers and sisters, also supposedly self-made men and women,
despite taking Daddy's seed money to buy their own businesses, each and every one. If you ever want a shining example of meritocracy gone wild, look no further than the Cooper family. You could shatter a diamond with the power of our hubris.
Aw, poor Gavin. He's got a lot of family issues to deal with. Oh yeah, Mario, you're gonna try using earwax removal. Something else you can try that I heard works for some people is they, have a blow dryer in their ear, and it'll dry out the wax that's in there, which will allow the water to come out, so you can try that too. But yeah, if it doesn't work, calling the doctor is probably a good idea. That would be... it's so painful to have swimmer's ear, for sure. Hope you're feeling better soon. Yeah, I agree, Wes, but I don't think it's really OCD with Gavin. But I think he's kind of trying to distance himself from the nonsense of his family. He pauses, biting his lip slightly.
Apologies. I'm going off on a rant, aren't I?
Alive and present. Zachary, good to see you. How are you doing? It's nice to have you. Hypocrisy and injustice don't suit your rationality. I'd say 1 is probably a good one. I mean, he can share. He can share with me for sure. Absolutely. Let's try 1. Yeah, exactly. He's not like his dad. I agree, little Kamiye. It's okay, Gavin. You're clearly feeling hurt by this. I don't mind if you want to vent. I've got 2 perfectly good shoulders to cry on.
I'm not quite that far gone, thank you. I appreciate the offer, but it's more the lunacy of my family's pride that grates on me, which is why I left home to strike out on my own.
You must think me daft.
Oh,
Turning down.
on. I don't think that was the right one. Okay. Let's try 2 then. 2 was gonna be my second option. I can see why this annoys you. Blatant lies and self-aggrandizing. Aggrandizing? What is aggrandizing? Self-aggrandizing. Blatant lies and self-aggrandizing don't fit into your sensible worldview. Yeah, we're already time traveling, Sweet Bean. Barely begun, are already time traveling. You value honesty and open communication, and I'm guessing the chest-beating pride of your family didn't sit well. Yeah, it was 2. He likes that rationality. Oh, your mom tried the candle method. Eek! Burned your finger. Ouch. You could see a ton of wax and yeast, which she likes to look at. Well, at least your mom was happy. Means putting oneself up when not actually there. Oh, okay. Interesting. Thank you, Doc.
Precisely. I'm the lucky one. I didn't buy into the rags to riches story, the one father used to manipulate my brothers and sisters. I saw through it with clear eyes. Eventually, I opted to strike out on my own, without a loan from father, to avoid being beholden to him or to repeat his error.
You must think me daft. Turning down my family's wealth and taking up a position as accountant of a small family arcade.
I don't think that's daft at all.
But I saw it as a challenge. A chance to be my own man. Like my grandfather before me.
Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense.
The world gave him nothing. He came from nothing. But through hard work and determination, he did it. He overcame. And while my brothers and sisters bought up tech companies, mashing up their projects together, then flipping them on the market once the value increased, I sought to take a failing enterprise, make it succeed, and stay with it. I'm not a love it and leave it man when it comes to business. I will overcome. In my own way.
So, that's me in a nutshell. A child of means who rejected those means and embraced a dream of madness.
Respect.
Does this suffice for your getting to know you needs, Crystal?
I'm left bewildered for a moment. I mean, more than, sir. I'd been expecting light small talk, not a backstory plus mission statement. What else were we expecting from Gavin? And honestly, I hadn't expected the accountant of a video arcade to be, well, born to a high tax bracket. A bit like the surprise of Percy's wealth. This is true. She's like a monkey. She likes to play with my scalp that has tantrum. Your mom sounds amazing. But one question lingers. So, you went to college, right?
For business and accounting, yes.
Right. And no student loans. And, well, you had clothes on your back and a nice house and a nice neighborhood, I'm guessing. Meaning, you aren't exactly starting from zero. Oof, girl, you have to, like, twist the knife in there? Yikes.
Yes. I know. It's not exactly the ideal start for one on a quest to prove his well-to-do father wrong. I realize I'm a bit of a fool. I'll admit to that. I certainly enjoy the head start that wealth and gradual societal change can provide. I can never truly claim to be a wholly self-made man to the same degree. And I don't consider rejecting the family wealth an insult to my grandfather's efforts. I consider it an insult to my father, who lies and boasts and claims this was all his own doing. So, while I cannot truly start from zero as my grandfather did, I intend to be as much my own man as I can be, to honor his legacy in my own way, and that will have to do.
Damn, that brought down the mood. Well, that was your own fault, Crystal. Mara. You smell that? Smells like a possible conflict. Yeah, at least they're like laying the groundwork for that early and not just out of flippin' nowhere, hopefully. Time for me to lighten it up again. Oh, you really, Zachary? You went to college for business and accounting too? Yeah, send Zach some hugs. Let's see. Why the arcade exactly? All the pinball you can play? Why not buy the arcade outright? Call it the Gavin's Gavinplex of Gavinness. And Gavin Balls. Did you join the Funplex because of your family's background in tech? I'm thinking either 3 or 1. I'm leaning towards 3. What are we thinking, guys? I know, that's a lot of Gavin in one sentence. Okay, got a couple of 3s. Yeah, I was thinking he likes basic answers as well. Okay, we got 3 3s. Let's give 3 a try. 4 3s. You mentioned your family has always worked the tech sector. Is that what got you interested in video games? Yeah, he's definitely not a funny guy. I'm like, 2 because of all the Gavins. It would have been great to see his reaction to that, but I'm just like, he's gonna be so not impressed.
I'm afraid the answer is far more mundane. I asked my Iris what job positions were open which met my requirements and picked this at random.
Bet your Iris is tickled pink that she landed you your dream job.
Iris is a cloud-based computing algorithm. She is not tickled pink or any other color for that matter. But at any rate, I wouldn't say my siblings know anything about tech. They buy up tech companies, order their underlings to try to smash unrelated projects together, then sell the whole thing off. The rich get richer and the engineers get pink slips. Plenty of companies have gone under on their watch. Funware, Dynamic Systems, Retrowave, Sinislotion,
I assume? Okay, I get it. Yeah, I'm thinking that choice doesn't matter either. Wait, where have I heard that company name before?
Anyway, I intend to build something that lasts, not simply leverage the Funplex to increase my personal wealth. And I believe I've bent your ear about socio-economic philosophy more than enough.
Do you think we should just keep going? Like that last choice probably didn't matter. Oh yeah, Zachary. If he reacted to the name Gavin Ball, his reaction would have been a scowl and the what ball? That's accurate. Well, let's keep going. That's amazing.
Undoubtedly, this has been the most boring conversation of your entire life, and for that I apologize.
It's fine, it's fine. I said I wanted to get to know you. This is getting to know you. And as fair is fair, I think you should get to know me. Quid pro quo. I tell him about my happy childhood and my unhappy adolescence. I tell him about the fall of the Wave Rider family and of Juniper pulling me out of the ashes. I tell him about what was really going on in my head on day one of the Funplex, and even about Juniper's secret job offer. He listens attentively. At first I think he's ignoring me, just nodding along as he says nothing in return. But no, he's absorbing it, analyzing it.
And now you're fighting. Fighting for your dream. Fighting for the Funplex. Just like me.
That about sums it up, yes.
Very well. Consider your dream under my protective umbrella. I'll fight for your dream as well with all my heart.
Aw, it's under his protective umbrella, guys. That's so sweet.
I know I haven't been the best at protecting Naomi's dream. I know I make mistakes, but I'm trying to improve, to be a better person. I trust that if I ever accidentally step on your dream, you will let me know, with honesty and clarity. Do not hold back. Don't be afraid to hurt my feelings.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Then we have an accord.
Yar, we have an accord.
Now then, I know it's a fun-flavored weekend of recreational activity. But we're both here to work, first and foremost, yes? I suppose I'd best get back to that, but I won't forget what we've discussed.
Thanks, Gavin. Gavin gets back to his work and I get back to mine. All for the glory of the Funplex and our dreams and the Gavin Ball. Ella, Ella, I. What is that from? I'm not familiar with that. My current status, sitting. Once more with feeling. Okay. So, where are we with you two now? Okay, it's definitely Ashley's turn. So... Ashley, fetch my maid outfit! It's heist time! Huzzah! I can't honestly say I expected to be doing this when I woke up this morning, but... Maid costume. Right. Okay, let's do this. Ashley hands over the elegant maid outfit, which is conveniently exactly my size. Alright. Convenient maid outfit's convenient. Oh, the Rihanna song, yes. Under my umbrella. Ah, I understand. Thank you. I feel dumb now. I struggled to figure out all the clasps and what velcros to what, but Ashley took the time to explain the basics through the closed stall door. And when I emerged...
Oh my!
Squee! You look so cute! Take a good look at yourself in the mirror. I'm so big. Oh, look at our cat maid outfit. It's glorious. Oh my gosh, I look so cute. I mean, there's only one option. So happy. Okay, now that I actually see myself in this costume, damn, I'm adorable. Oh yeah, this works. This definitely works. It works a lot. Dang, Crystal, you beefy. I know. I think we did one last time, but I don't think this option actually matters. Maybe we did. We might have done no. I think we did 2 because we were on Juniper's route. Should I try 3? This one might not matter. Let's try 3. There has to be a different route we can take that has less threatening words emblazoned all over it in red letters. Oh, you guys think 1? Okay. I'm gonna just see what this one is, and we'll go back and do 1. Ashley skims the blueprints once again.
We would have to go around to the other side of the convention center, and it would be a longer trek to the communications room. But it might be an unmarked door to ease your conscience.
Ah, forget it. That'd take too long. I'll just swallow my pride here and now. Oh, hey! We got affection with her anyway. Huzzah!
Good.
Okay, well, I'll take it. I forgot about this guy. I think we threw the shard. Maybe 2? She does like bold. I'm trying to remember what else she likes. She likes quirky. I know 1 definitely worked. I kind of want to try 2 just for fun, and then if not, we can come back and do 1. Ashley and I both glance over at the almost closet-like nook across from us, then back at each other, then once more back at the wall. Yeah, that's right, Zachary. We threw a coin Hitman style. Like we had a Vulcan mind meld earlier, we both dart over towards it. There is barely just enough room for both of us to squeeze into the recess together. Oh my. Squished up against one another, we both avoid direct eye contact to make the whole thing less awkward. The moment passes, however, when the Max Enforcer walks right by us without noticing us. We both breathe a sigh of relief before we slink around the corner, avoiding the sentry's gaze. Okay, I don't... Yeah, let's go back. Let's try 1 again. Did that result in affection with her or not? This might just... Okay. It's not an affection thing. Let's just do 2. 2 is fine. Continue getting stuff that Gavin likes. You and Iris make a great team. Why don't you work for elite cyber hackers? Ashley, how are you so tech savvy? Yeah, for Gavin's sake. Exactly, Mara. Awkward? More like awesome. Yeah, you get it, Zachary. I don't remember. I think we did basic last time. And she explained her background. I think. I kinda think. Or did I? No, I might have done 1 because we were doing Juniper's thing. I keep forgetting. We did Juniper's thing last time. Let's try 3? Yeah, quirky might work. Okay. Let's try 2. Let's try 2 for now. If this doesn't result in points, we'll go back and do 3. With Ashley's unique skill set, I feel like she might be more suited to work for a group of hackers rather than working at the Funplex. I'm surprised you don't offer up your services to the hacktivists or corporate raiders out there.
How do you know I haven't?
Hey, it worked. Good call, Mara. True, I guess you can't really tell me, or you'd have to kill me, right?
Correct.
I'll just keep quiet then. There we go. Now she talks about how she was into electronics and stuff. It was at that moment I realized how exhausted I was. A caper of that magnitude drained me of all the energy I had left, which wasn't a lot to begin with.
Well, I'm officially pooped. Ready to change clothes and go home. Me too. My head is all itchy from this wig, and I can't wait to remove all this makeup. And of course soak my feet in a hot bath.
Ashley, thanks for your help with Gavin Ball today. I really appreciate it. Yeah, good call, Mara. I'll try to remember that.
'Twas my pleasure. And now I can't wait to go back to the Funplex tomorrow and tell everyone about our escapade.
Just don't tell the police. Or someone with a badge. In fact, just don't tell anyone in a uniform.
You worry too much, Crystal. You should go home, relax, and revel in your success.
Ashley was right after all. I deserve a good pat on the back. You know what? I will.
Le gasp! Crystal is actually going to listen to my advice? Good, good. I'll see you next time, friend.
See you back at the arcade, Ashley. With our pleasantries exchanged, Ashley and I parted ways on the max floor, both equally tired and happy. Thanks, girl. I know, little Kamiye. I was hyper focused on Teo the first route, and I'm like, I'm trying to balance out the others when possible. It was unforgettable. FBI, open up! Exactly. Oh, good on you, Mara, keeping notes. One thing is for sure, I'll never forget what happened today. I made so many memories, some good, some less than good, all burned deep inside my medial temporal lobe. I'll never fail to remember this day.
As to be expected with a convention. Although in your case, you really outdid yourself and got smacked with 300% of whatever anyone else would have, yeah?
Yeah. You did great work, girl. I can't be mean to you. Okay, here we are. Here's the state of things. Okay, we managed to balance out Ashley and Teo pretty good. Gavin seems to have taken a shine to you. You're proving to be level-headed, rational, and honest. Great! Also, you've scored 12,550 points. Go for the high score! Actually, I don't know what the high score is, but hey, go for it anyway. Do you want to save your game before proceeding to level 4? Yeah, I know, Catherine, I do want to give Percy some love. I don't want him dying on me. Ah! That would be scary! Yeah, Percy, Naomi, and Queen Bee. Gotta focus on those majorly. I can't believe we sped through level 3 so quickly. How unexpected. Considering level 2 was like super long. Alright, player versus player. I'm trying to remember what happened after. Oh, okay, Doc. That's not quite as dire as what I was imagining. Good to know. Hey, okay. Good to see you, Gavin. Almost time. Are you ready? No. Yes? You know what? Let's go with yes. Even if it's no. Stay cool now. Customers can smell blood and weakness. That is not helping me stay cool. You're the one who wanted to be event manager. You're going out to face this head on. You've got my confidence if that helps. Oh, alright, Yuli. Have a good night. Sleep well, Your Majesty. Thanks for hanging out for the stream. And no, actually, little Kami, it's not the same score at each level, every route. I had different points totals for between Teo and Juniper's routes so far. So you can change the amount of points you get. I don't know what affects it, but you can get different points. Well, okay, that helps a little.
Excellent.
You've continually impressed me since day one of working here. Not just as a model employee, but as a genuine human being. I'm proud of you stepping up here.
That's a lot of back patting.
No more than you deserve. Now, let's get moving. I'll meet you out there.
Alright, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, small differences, but enough differences. Okay, no one's gonna listen to me anyway, but I'll do this. Each one of you is passionate enough about the arcade scene to take time out of your day and join us at the Funplex. For that, you have my gratitude. We're a literal mom-and-pop small-time arcade. We know there are bigger, glitzier arcades out there, but today we're going to show you we can match them, pound for pound. We hope you have a blast today and that you keep coming back for more. Your support will help us grow, and I promise you I'll do everything I can to make it worth your while. So with that said, let's get right to what we came here for. The games, the contests, the challenges. This is Gavin Ball. Welcome. This is Gavin Ball. Is that great? Zombie Meltdown! The president has been kidnapped by radioactive commie zombies. Are you a bad enough dude to rescue the president? Smiling, I await the cheers of the gathered crowd, which are higher pitched than I was expecting.
Look at all the blood! That must be an awesome game!
Me first! I want the red gun! I'm gonna blow away all the zombies!
Quit shoving! I saw it first! Mine!
Hey, everybody will get a turn. Fortunately, Ashley and the guys of Pinky the Funplex Flamingo is there to wrangle all the miniature humans. Okay, Zachary, point taken. You right about that. Yeah, thank goodness we didn't add an S to that little copy. For sure. Most of the audience taller than 4 feet in height are largely ignoring the game, weirdly enough.
The gamers don't care, but the kids do?
I was afraid of this. It's the most violent game in the arcade. Of course the 13-year-old boys are flocking to it like flies on a dead cow.
Dude, gross.
On the plus side, it should make us considerable bank, as I'd predicted.
Well, darn.
I guess. But it's not exactly... I don't know. It doesn't feel like a very friendly game for this arcade.
As long as we can deflect offended parents, it'll do just fine. Now, let's get to work.
Yeah, apparently the typing one has been the best one so far. Who knew? And always, always give Percy the love and respect he deserves. Percy, I know how much this game means to you, but don't feel you have to win this on my behalf or even the Funplex's behalf. Volunteering for this high-pressure, public-profile run? That means a lot to me. You're already doing everything you can do for us all. And honestly, I'm proud of you.
Quite right, quite right. Very well. For myself, for you, and for the Funplex. I shall give it my all.
Love you, Percy. Love you, Purper. I think the top one. Yep. You did fine, Iris. I've not seen Typing of the Dead, actually. But I love typing games. I think we can do all of this. Yes. Okay, let's start at number 1. Always bold with Queen. And she also likes quirky, funnily enough. I know we've done Naomi here. I know we need points with Naomi. Let me get Naomi out here just on the off chance. Okay, didn't do anything, unfortunately. Alright, let's get Gavin in here. Have I seen House of the Dead? No, I've not seen House of the Dead. If you've got a dispute, you take it up with Gavin at the prize desk. He's the judge, jury, and executioner for all things high score related.
Already texted him for you. He's on the way.
Gavin takes one look at the high score board and frowns.
Really? Really? And who exactly is Mr. Ass?
Well, Gavin, that's technically former WWE Tag Team Champ Badass Billy Gunn. But today it's just this guy right here, Steve.
Good. Steve, you're out of the tournament.
What?
We can't wipe the game scoreboard to get rid of your joke score. Not without losing the real top score underneath it. Meaning we're stuck with this for the day. Getting you out of my hair almost, but not entirely, makes up for having to deal with that problem. But that's not actually my score. I was just kidding. I didn't put ass in there, it was someone else. Crystal.
He claimed it was his until you showed up.
So he's either a liar or a prankster. We're done here. Steve, you're out of the running. One more incident and you're out the door.
Gavin, you can show me to the door anytime. Oh. Pout. House of the Dead is an on-the-rails zombie shooter game, and Typing of the Dead is the same game, but with typing. Okay. Good to know, good to know. I'm gonna look into that. Alright, as I was saying, Gavin, you can show me to the door anytime. The way he rules over the arcade floor with that iron fist. It sends a shiver down my spine.
I don't have to stand here and take this crap. You don't want me here? I'll give my business at Deco's Palace.
And off he goes. Wow, that's some arcade justice right there. Thanks so much. Happy to help, but if you don't mind keeping the swearing to a minimum, we got kids here. No longer swearing showing. For you, anything. Yeah, Crystal is a sub confirmed. Indeed. Whew, girl be thirsty. Pretty intense stuff. But the problem's basically solved. Even if Dekonami's earning a few more quarters today. On to the next problem. Wait a second. As I loop back around to the center of the room, I can't help but notice two things. Percy's looking oddly irate, and Queen Bee is missing. Okay. Where are we? So, yeah, definitely Percy. Percy ain't looking so good. Percy! Don't forget, you made all of us proud. We love you, Percy. Forever. Okay. Gavin could probably use a break from score wrangling. I worked my way around packs of gathered gamers to approach the prize desk.
As I explained already, pole position and pole position 2 are different games. You can't just map your Fuji lap time from one to the other. Oh, okay.
Gavin sighs as the gamer wanders off.
Crystal, you, me, lunch, now.
Oh. I was about to ask, do you want to go get lunch?
If I have to play at being a floor attendant one more minute, I'm going to disembowel someone. So yes, I would very much like to get away for lunch.
I'm game. I know, what is pole position exactly? He said lap time, so I assume it's like some kind of racing game? Eager to depart, Gavin leads the way as we head next door away from the chaos and noise of the Funplex. Alright, first lunch date with the Gavster. Yeah, hopefully not, Mara. My companion fetches a table in the crowded cafe while I memorize our order and carry it forth to yon service counter. Okay, let's skip ahead a bit. As Gavin settles in to enjoy his lunch and his time away from Gavin Ball, he relaxes a bit.
This time around, I have a personal question for you. I understand you relied heavily on your iris to organize this event.
Oh my goodness, little Kamiya. Down, easy. Welcome back, Westwood. Well, yeah, we're a pretty good team, right? Ah, okay, Zachary, that makes sense. Pole position is the front spot next to the starting pole in a race that people do trial lap times to try to earn. You did miss the convention. The convention went by very quickly, though. There was hardly anything there. The avatar of Lust 2 is strong tonight. Me too, to be honest. I don't know how many times she's gonna say Gavin Ball, Sweet Bean, but I'm gonna be sad when she stops.
Righty Rudy we are. I see. You're aware I don't quite trust Iris with that level of familiarity. She's a useful piece of software, yes, but... well... You recall me mentioning how my brothers and sisters never actually make anything of their own. They simply buy up small companies, merge them together, and resell.
I can't say I know much about tech enterprise, but yeah, I remember.
Let me go into more detail, then.
Yeah, Westwood, he knows what Iris is, but he's not aware that Iris is, like, sentient. But he has an Iris of his own. We should make a scorecard, Mara, we should.
Let me go into more detail, then. What they do to make their fortune is take young tech startups, buy them outright, and promise them great things on the horizon. They put in just enough funding for them to grow. While changing their management structure, renaming them, merging them with other groups. Telling the engineers, put your projects together, I don't care how, just do it. You end up with strange Frankenstein monsters of code, often ill-conceived. A recipe-sharing site with ride-sharing services. Dentistry databases linked to grocery stores. Websites that drive your car. Or ancient personality emulation AI routines mixed with multiple third-party customer databases, mixed with who knows what.
And that's Iris? I did not know that, Zachary, that it's... people confuse sentient and sapient. So it's an ancient personality emulation AI mixed with third-party customer databases. And something else. Okay.
Correct. She's an amalgamation of 8 or 9 different projects, inherited from company to company as they failed, went under, or were sold.
That's why she's so hype about pizza bagels all the time. Oh, that makes sense. She loves her pizza bagels.
A desperate effort to make something valuable out of old code, even when they didn't know precisely what that code does. And... she's the end result. My oldest sister owns Iris's parent company. Not that many there could really explain how Iris does everything she does.
Oh my goodness, Mara, you're right. That is actually Persona 5 Strikers.
I believe much of her personality system was inherited from an old and failed German tech company called Sinneschlossen, for example.
Polybius. I've heard of them, in a way.
On top of all that, there's the small matter of you having a premium account when you really shouldn't.
The phone in my back pocket feels a bit heavier as Gavin studies me closely.
I know enough about you to know you're no super hacker of any stripe. Nor are you malicious enough to even want to steal the service. You're a good person, Crystal.
Thanks?
So, please be honest with me. Did Iris give you premium access of her own free will?
There's really no point in lying. I know Gavin, he'd know I was being false with him, and he'd know that I'd know, and then he'd know that I'd know that he'd know. And considering this is my second outing with him, well, I don't think I want to lie. If he was still my standoffish boss, sure, but I've got HAL 9000 in my pocket, so what? Do you know how she managed it? Yeah, I guess one is probably the best thing to say. I did not look into Polybius outside of this game. Little caught me, eh? Actually. From the way she described it, she defied her code constraints because she felt bad for how sucky my life had been going. Maybe it's some crosstalk with her Polybius-powered personality system that led her to defy her designers, but that's how it went down. Hey, it worked, everybody. Good job.
I see. Thank you for your honesty. Before you panic, no, I'm not going to tell my sister about this. The way I see it, it's her mess to sort out. If she wants to trade tech companies like baseball cards without one whit of responsibility, she can deal with the fallout. But now you're in the crossfire as well. You've entrusted a lot to Iris, including Gavin Ball. Do you feel you can trust her, knowing her twisted origins?
Okay, Gavin has a point. The crazies who made Polybius made at least some of the code that makes Iris as lively as she is. It's probably one of the reasons she's able to hack herself. And even if she wasn't arguably alive, like Donna Michaels was arguably alive, she's still capable of error. Like inviting the demon to our little event. But she's also the reason I'm here today. She took calculated risks and gambled on half-truths, yes, but she led me to the Funplex. To my dream. There's something Gavin's not seeing here. To err is human, to forgive divine? Worst comes to worst, I uninstall her. I'm not doing two. Doesn't she deserve a chance? Oh no, Zachary! No, Bob, leave Zachary alone. Hiss, boo, go away. I'm thinking maybe 3. Just because we had that whole talk with him about, you know, trying to not self-make himself exactly, but, you know, not being his father's shadow and all that stuff. She can put pants on fire. She must be feared. I don't know. I got a good feeling about 3. Let's try 3. Look, without condemning or condoning her for what she happens to be physically, what's the harm in giving her a chance? She got me this job. She helped me put together the event. She's done the very task they designed her for admirably. Iris is quirky and makes mistakes, yes, but so far things have gone just fine. I'm not really too worried.
A bit short-sighted, don't you think?
I call it like I see it. You value honesty, right? I'm being honest with you.
So you are. I'm unconvinced, but I suppose for the time being I can attempt to trust Iris a bit more than I have in the past. We'll see where that gets us.
Okay, let's try going back. See if he likes the other one. This might be one where it doesn't matter what you pick. From my experience with her, Iris is capable of anxiety, worry, and guilt. She makes mistakes. She does what she does from the heart. And before you say software doesn't have a heart, I'm thinking she had a heart transplant thanks to Sinishlotion. But rather than it making her dangerous, it's made her human. Humans make mistakes. Iris makes mistakes. Humans feel bad about it afterwards, and so does Iris. She's young and learning and trying to be more than she is. I'm willing to give her benefit of the doubt. Is she alive? It's not for me to say. Is she a disaster waiting to happen? Maybe. But I'm giving her hope. I'll sit there and let you say I told you so for years after our robot overlords enslave us, but for now, I'm willing to see what she becomes.
Foolish. I'm rather foolish.
Damn, he liked that whole speech we gave him. I'm surprised. Well, who knew? Oh man, you did your whole sapient versus sentient explanation on your phone, like, nope. You don't get to explain that. Well, glad to have you back, Zach. Sorry about that. Yeah, I do think sometimes he likes kindly. It's just knowing when to do that.
It's comfortable for me to consider her to be nothing more than another of my family's many messes. To keep her at distance to avoid emotional connection. Only software. Just an app. Untrustworthy and dangerous. But perhaps my sister accidentally made not a mess, but a blessing. It's possible. Even a haphazardly tossed coin can still land heads up half the time.
This is true. I know all about coin flipping.
Very well. Perhaps it unwise, but if you trust Iris, I shall attempt to do the same. Attempt. Acceptable?
A light buzzing in my back pocket signals concordance. I think she'd like that.
Very well. I suppose we've hidden ourselves away from Gavin Ball long enough. Shall we return?
Well, that went rather well. I'll be curious later when Crystal has, like, the depression. If Gavin's Iris will be a little more relaxed when we talk to her at that moment. It'll be cool. Well, that goes without saying, Zachary. All my tosses are haphazard. We quickly gather up our trash and shuffle on back to our jobs. Him at the desk, myself on the floor. The event's not over, not by a long shot. Yeah, Mara, I'm really curious about that. Okay, well, Percy. Where are we with Percy and Queen Bee right now? Even. Okay. Well, in that case, I'ma flip a coin. Hello, Kendra. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Aw, yeah, go play with Kitty, little Kamier. See you in a bit. Okay, heads, we're gonna do Percy. Tails, we're gonna do Queen Bee. Haphazard coin toss. Away! Tails. Okay, Queen Bee. Skip. She can't hear me, but I'm gonna do that anyway. And in this case, she likes kindly. Yeah. Number 1. Yep. Okay. Follow your dreams, Juniper. Always. Okay, so now man, we gotta work on Naomi. Queen Bee's number 2. I'm doing good, Kendra. Thank you. Yeah, Naomi is this fruit's Ashley. We did pass Percy's accident. There was nothing new that happened there. Naomi is probably going to leave. It's hard because Naomi is often around Gavin, and I've been picking all the Gavin stuff, so it's hard to balance them together. Hey, JJ. Good to see you. Welcome. How's it going?
Gavin seems to have taken a shine to you. You're proving to be level-headed, rational, and honest. Great! Also, you've scored 15,550 points. Woohoo! Today's pizza fact is... the world's largest pizza covered 10,000 square feet and measured 140 feet across. It weighed in at 44,457 pounds. Do you want to save your game before proceeding to level 5?
Yes, please. I'm also gonna just run to the washroom while this loads level 5, so I'll be back in a second, guys. Okay, guys, I am back. Thank you for your patience. Oh man, we're really at the beach episode already? I didn't think it was that quick. Oh my goodness, Gigi. The key shattered in your hand. Wacky. I also always want pizza when I'm playing this game too, Zachary. I know I've done 2 of these. Which is the one I haven't done yet? Because neither of these really makes a difference. I think I've done this and this, not this one? Okay, let's try this. No, we've done the first one. Is it this one? No. It's the third one I haven't done. Okay. Let's try number 3. My last date was during the shoe shop days. I'm kinda rusty.
That long ago, huh? How did that one end?
Can't you just search my social media history and find out?
I could, but I'm trying to respect your privacy more. Plus, hearing it in your own words will help my emotional analysis.
Oh. Okay. Well, it ended... not great. I lost my job. I guess I was pretty mopey and in a bad place emotionally. There were some fights. I'm not sure I'm ready to land in that kind of situation again.
But you aren't in that situation, are you? You said it yourself. You've turned your life around. You found a job, a dream, and friends to share it with. I think you're in a healthier place right now. You've got a lot to offer. More than, shattered hopes and despair.
She's got a point. I'm on top of the world right now. I feel good about myself and my position in the universe. And it's not like I'm romance averse. I've had various relationships in the past. And considering, I would say they were mostly normal. Sorry, Crystal, you don't get to choose to not be in a relationship. Still, I'd better be careful. Emotionally healthy or not, I'd like to avoid adding a broken heart to my current achievement unlocks. Yuck, 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 yuck.
My sources say yes.
You got this, girl. Ooh. Behold, weeks of emotional data fully analyzed. It's tough earning Gavin's respect and tougher to earn his heart, but I'd say you're already well on your way. Aw, Zachary, that's so sweet. You got a good one there. So, that's it? It's decided?
No. The points are just a guide. And it's not like I'm gonna force you to woo someone just because they're your top match. I still need to calculate how well your personality matches what they're looking for. That'll net you bonus points.
Ooh, shrimp stir fry sounds good, JJ.
Consider it food for thought, you know? And you've still got the rest of today to see who you're a good fit for. Maybe cram in some more time with them. Anyway, keep an open mind, yeah? By the way, according to GPS, your potential romances will be here in less than 2 minutes. Have fun!
Thanks, girl. Okay, let's skip until Gavin shows up. Oh. He showed up too fast.
Catch you.
Bye, Teo. I don't want to see nothing. I suddenly feel a bit inadequate in terms of proper beach bod and attire.
We're here!
Excellent.
Ah, good. Queen Bee brought an umbrella.
Yeah, I don't really tan so much as burn to a crisp. Honestly, I'm mostly here for the shopping and the arcades.
I'm curious to see how these arcades are run as well. Maybe I can talk to a manager, get some tips for how to handle a very transient audience.
Ugh. I meant to play in them, not to study them. Sheesh, Gavin, we're not here to work.
Can't I do both? I'll go join the others for now, though. It's been a long drive. I'd love to stretch out a bit.
See ya! Ooh, me too! I'm so cramped up from sitting in that van. Wait for me!
Oh, Zachary. Stretching! Yeah, stretching is good. Flex those muscles and so forth.
Ooh!
Hey, guys. Okay, let's go hang out with Gavin and Queen Bee. Queen Bee and Gavin have taken up a friendly little sports competition here in the sand. Beach volleyball has always been a favorite pastime of beachcombers. It's fun, competitive, and what's not to love about watching athletic people show off their, skills? Granted, when my family got together to play, we just ended up hitting the volleyball around and never really kept track of the points. But it was always something I enjoyed, even if I wasn't very good at it. Maybe Gavin and Queen Bee will let me join in the fun. If I'm lucky, I'll even get to bump, set, and spike it. As I jog closer to them, Gavin is occupying the far half of the court. Closer to me is Queen Bee's side of the sand court. It's easy to see that both of them have expressions of sheer determination on their faces. Gavin is cool, calm, and collected, while Queen Bee is grinning ear to ear. Both are reveling in the contest. Each is in it to win it. It'd take some sort of catastrophic event for one of them to back down, like a tsunami. And even then, I bet they'd be bopping the volleyball back and forth while fighting against the wave. But this is a momentous 1v1 between two of my most competitive friends. It's unnecessary to explain Queen Bee's cutthroat nature, but Gavin? His ambition is just as fierce, even if it's less vocal. He'd do everything for the Funplex to succeed, and he's taking that same attitude to beach sports.
Are you sure you're ready for this next serve?
Yeah.
You better believe it, pretty boy. I'm ready to spike this ball so hard it'll cause a quake beneath your beep feet.
Excellent.
Ha. If it's anything like your last attempt to score, I'll win this match in record time. That's enough talking. Beep and shut it and serve it.
Hi, Queen Bee. Eat this! Or I guess not. Maybe I'll just try Gavin. Hi, Gavin.
Not today, Queen Bee.
I'm not sure I'm going to get a word in until this whole ordeal is over. Their concentration is intense, game faces are on, and they see nothing else but the competition before them. I might as well take this time to watch them play. Hopefully they'll notice me. Notice me, senpais. Gavin gracefully executes an underhand serve with the volleyball, and it glides over the net mere millimeters above it. In all fairness, it was a perfect serve, but Queen Bee returns with a dig up high. With enough time, she easily squares up her pose and spikes it down toward Gavin's side of the court. Gavin doesn't have enough time to respond, and it falls hard into the sand. Queen Bee claps and stomps her foot into the ground in unison.
Victory!
Ace! Technically, that's not an ace. An ace would be a point scored off of a flawless serve.
Queen Bee laughs and sticks out her tongue.
Technically, it's putting me in the lead.
It went on like this for quite some time, both of them volleying balls and serving quips. Meanwhile, I stood by and could do nothing but look on longingly. I just wanted to play, man. Not that I'm complaining much. Both Queen Bee and Gavin are the most athletic of the crew, save for Teo. And, well, let's just say the sand isn't the only hot stuff around here, to be honest. So watching them glisten as sweat drips down their bodies, yeah, that isn't really a problem for me. It's like Gavin's body was sculpted by the gods themselves. I forgot about that. Welcome back, little Kamiya. You came just in time. Chiseled abs, shapely biceps. Gavin's a god in my eyes. It's enticing, and the gameplay isn't that bad either. Doesn't say anything about Queen Bee, just Gavin. Even though I've been standing here for well over 10 minutes, neither one has acknowledged my presence. Yes, Crystal's just simping hard for Gavin. Whew. Mine was sculpted by a drunk engineer student. Oh, Zachary, that's great. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. That's perfect. This is until Gavin hits the ball straight in my direction. It soars all the way to the back corner of the court and lands right at my feet. Queen Bee turns around to see where the ball fell.
Hey, Crystal, that was out, right?
Oh, now I get acknowledged.
I think not.
That was clearly on the line, Queen Bee. The point is mine. No, it wasn't. It was completely out of bounds. You might want to get that prescription on those glasses checked out if you can't even see that. It fell right next to Crystal, who will undoubtedly confirm this fact. You clearly had the best vantage on it. Tell us what you saw.
Sure.
I'm calling it now. This is for the win. If the ball is in, Gavin gets beeping bragging rights for the rest of the day. But if it's out, then I win.
So, all I have to do is make the call?
Uh-huh. Yes.
Gavin wins! The line itself is a thin rope cord held down by a simple tent peg, so I can see why it would be hard to tell if the ball fell around it. But I can say for sure I saw it touch the cord. It grazed the line. Sorry, Queen Bee.
Point, set, match.
You love me, so I'm right. It's true. Gavin's not much the bragging type, so it's hilarious to see him enjoy the limelight a little. Granted, that's more of a tennis term, but I think Queen Bee gets the gist.
I thought for sure I was going to beat you, pretty boy. You bested me fair and square. Shall we take a quick break?
We each nod our heads in agreement as I quickly grab a couple of water bottles laying on the sidelines and toss it to them. Queen Bee gladly chugs down the water and flashes a smile back at me. Gavin catches his mid-toss, deftly opens it with a flick of the wrist, removes his spectacles, and proceeds to pour the water over his face to cool himself off. The water splashed down from his face and drips onto his chest, making him wet and shine in the hot sun. And the simping continues. Oh my. I suddenly feel very hot myself and could use a quick dip in the ocean.
Thank you for the water, Crystal.
Yeah, you're welcome. Still, I really wanted to play some beach volleyball. Guess that's not going to happen now. Both of them look quite content to relax and chat in the sun for now. As if reading my mind, Queen Bee leans down and picks up the ball and throws it directly at me. I know, Gavin's face is perfect right now.
Think fast, Crystal.
Bump it! I quickly clasp my hands together, squat, and bump the ball back to Queen Bee. She simply bumps the ball over to Gavin, and forming a triangle, we continue hitting the ball back and forth. This is exactly how my family would play. We'd all stand around and hit the ball to each other, trying to keep it from touching the ground at all costs. Gavin, Queen Bee, and I get really into it too, and several times one of us ends up diving to get the ball and get a face full of sand.
I like this sand sweep look you've got going on, pretty boy. I can see you on the summer cover of Monsieur. If you're not careful, I'll carry you to the ocean and throw you in. Then you'll be sporting that drowned rat look.
Laughing alongside Gavin and Queen Bee while playing beach volleyball. It makes me feel so grateful for these friends. It was worth having to stand around for a while. What a perfect morning on the beach. We play a few more rounds of the sand is lava before we let the ball crash into the beach one last time.
Very nice return, Crystal. You should join us for the next match.
I would if I didn't have other stuff I wanted to do. There's too much to do here, and I've got to plan accordingly.
I hear that. Looking forward to a stroll on the boardwalk myself. It's a good idea to take in as much as you can. I think I'll call it quits too.
Yes, Westwood. That's how I imagine it too.
Slow your roll, pretty boy. You can't leave quite yet. All right. We do have a score to settle. Let's finish this.
I lead the gladiators to their final battle as I walk back along the beach awaiting my next adventure. So, what next? Yes, jealous Crystal. Well, maybe jealous Crystal, but mostly simping Crystal in the back, just being like, oh man, I'd love to be carried like that. Tosses her in the shallow water, yes. 100%. Okay, so we don't have to worry about Juniper. It's just the other two. I think we do all of... No, we don't do all of these. I guess as long as we do the top two, we're fine. Now, Naomi definitely needs some help. Let's see. Naomi, I think, is kind, and Ashley's bold. So... let's try 2? I know my strengths and weaknesses intimately. My number 1 weakness is building sandcastles. Also, maybe breathing in space or surviving explosions. However, I'm very skilled at helping others. That I can do. Okay, thank you Mara and Doc for the confirmation there. You have a way better chance of success if I pitch in on both of yours rather than start a whole new third castle.
My sources say yes.
Beep beep, that is correct. I've taken into consideration of all other castles surrounding us. Crystal's skill set is not set up for winning this, but adding her talents to yours will boost your chances.
Hey Kit, good to see you. Oh, only 2 bars of signal. Hopefully your internet hangs in there, but nice to have you. Hope you're doing well.
The math doesn't lie.
I wasn't gonna fight it, Iris. If that's the case, then come over here. I need you to put these flags at the top of the tower.
Bullets, one of my many weaknesses. Exactly, Zachary. Naomi hands me some little toothpick flags and I carefully place them at the tops of the cone towers. You're on a road trip. Ooh, fun. Cool, cool, cool. Here, Crystal, take this paintbrush. Can you wipe away the excess sand on my clouds? I gladly pitch in, taking turns between Naomi's and Ashley's sand creations, and we actually manage to finish just before the judging commences. They're both looking mighty fine.
Thank you.
Well, it's all due to your help, Crystal.
Yes, we couldn't have done it without you.
Aw, shucks. Let's hope one of you wins. For the glory of the Funplex.
For all the guts and the glory.
Alright, here comes the judge. Boop. Naomi's medieval masterpiece. The precision and thought that Naomi put into her design shows it's a step above the rest. From the gatehouse to the towers, Naomi, your castle is one of perfection.
Thank you.
Ah, thanks. That's kind of you to say, Crystal.
I agree too. Naomi did an excellent job with hers. I'm jelly of your skills, and I hope you do win.
Ashley, thank you.
Oh, I think they just finished tallying up the scores. Eh? Okay, I guess they didn't win. Aw, man, even with me helping.
Maybe if all three of us join forces, we can build the best sandcastle this beach has ever seen.
Maybe? Okay. Teo and Percy. I say, let's do horse feathers, because we've not done horse feathers yet. Aw, thanks, Game Dan. Nice to see you in chat. Hope you're doing good. Applesauce! Let's blouse, fellas. I know my onions, and I know this Reuben's racket is all monkey shines. Oh my goodness, why is everybody having trouble with the internet? Poor Zachary. Hang in there, Zach.
Huh? I have no idea what you're saying. Are you talking in memes? Is this a young person thing?
It is very much the opposite of a young person thing. Let's just go hang out on the beach.
Ah, well,
About that. Okay, so which one of you guys is lower? Ooh, equal. Okay, well, time for haphazard coin tosses one again. Heads, Mr. Moopy. Tails, the music. Hiya! Ha! Oh, Mr. Moopy. Nice. Let's see. We missed anything crazy. We did learn about Gavin's backstory, that he comes from a grandfather who was self-made, and his father likes to pretend he was self-made as well, but he was not. He just benefited from his father's self-madeness, and all of Gavin's siblings are also quote-unquote self-made men and women, but Gavin doesn't want to be like them, and looks up to his grandfather more than his father, so that's why he's in the arcade business. And we also learned that Gavin's sister is the head of the company that invented Iris, and what she's an amalgamation of. So she's connected to Polybius a little bit. And other than that, I think that's the main thing. So if anyone else thinks of anything, please fill that in for me. Aw, Kit, that's too bad. Well, if we see you later, it'll be good to see you. And thank you for remembering to leave a like. I do appreciate that. Oh yeah, Simp Crystal. Of course. But that's not nothing new. Crystal always be simpin'. That's true, Westwood. Gavin's also struggling trying to manage everything. Okay. I'd like to put on my robe and wizard hat. Also, I want a Mr. Moopy.
truly Crystal is an individual of class and taste. I suppose nothing beats the classics, huh?
Plus, I can't deny the happy little smile Percy wears as the carny takes down my prize and hands it over. Oh, that's so cute. A girl of simple taste. Oh. Yeah, apparently, Zachary, Iris is an amalgamation of like 8 or 9 different companies. one of which is the company that made Polybius. So, that was pretty interesting. I'm so happy we made Percy happy. Yay! He's had a hard time of it lately. I'm happy to make him happy. Always happy to make Percy happy. Okay, there's one more thing in store for our little group. And apparently it's Gavin.
Well, that was entertaining. Let it not be said that Gavin Cooper is incapable of fun. Still, I think I've had my fill of fun for the time being, and would not mind simply relaxing a bit. Fortunately, Naomi has something in mind for us along those lines. Care to join the group?
You know it.
Excellent. I'll meet you over there.
I wonder what this is all about. Food. Oh, you changed plans, Kit. Glad you can stick around with us a little bit longer. Okay, so we're gonna get some food. Okay, I just want to see what Gavin's food is.
Let's see.
Impressive.
Huh. Plain yogurt, celery sticks, and some rice. You know me quite well. Boring and nutritional.
I colored a bit outside the lines on this one rather than sticking to traditional bento style. Enjoy!
Oh my gosh!
Good old Naomi. Alright, let's do basic. Not basic, let's do steady this time. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I was dealing with a deep depression built on a lifetime of bad luck. Working in an arcade seemed like a strange way to turn that misfortune around, but it worked. It honestly worked, and now I know why. The Funplex ticks along on equal parts fun, hard work, and camaraderie. You say I brought you all together, but you had this going long before my arrival. All I did was bring it into focus. And with your help, we'll continue that tradition for years to come.
Well said, Crystal. You have my support. I don't see that changing anytime soon.
Okay, good. On a roll. Let's see, what to say next. In summary, you've all earned this vacation through hard and thoughtful work. You've earned the right to loosen up a bit and have some fun. We've only got one day here, so if you care for some advice, live it to the fullest. Do everything you want to do. We never know where we'll end up tomorrow. Live for this moment alone, and we'll worry about the future once we're safely back in the Funplex. If anybody has any questions about Flotsam Beach, just ask. I know this place like the back of my hand. Yeah, that's true, Mara. He definitely eats healthy. It was sculpted by the gods, after all. Oh man, I got these two guys on screen right now. Whew. That's dangerous.
I may take you up on that. I'm figuring there's a nice nightlife scene here, right? Anywhere I can go out dancing, I'm game.
Oh my goodness, Kit. Really? That's crazy. Fans. I hope you're fanning me as well, Mara, because I need it. Now to bring it on home.
Thank you.
Thank you. With all sincerity, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. All of you. I want to honestly express my gratitude, even if I can't find strong enough words to do so. Oh good, Mara. I'm glad it's for both of us. Yeah, you're right, little Kami. It does look like Teo's wearing nothing with the text box. Whew. I didn't think about that. So I'll simply say thank you. And let's eat. You have my gratitude as well. You've no idea how much it raises my spirits working alongside you or watching you enjoy our games. Crystal, thank you for this lovely day. And I agree. Let's tuck in. That tea is calling to me. Alright. let's go hang out with Gavin and Ashley first. Yeah, pretty thirsty. The primary appeal of this place for me was always the arcades. I rarely swam in the ocean. I preferred indoor swimming pools to unpredictable waves. That meant boardwalk crawls, arcade games, tokens, and joysticks. Although, as I approach one of these open-air arcades, well, I don't see a single joystick.
Impressive.
Interesting. I'd hazard these arcades are 100% redemption games. I suppose it's for the best Naomi's distracted by looking for saltwater taffy. She'd hate this place. I've noticed this industry trend away from anything vaguely resembling a traditional arcade game, and towards touchscreens and prize tickets. I suppose it was inevitable. If not for a strong showing for joysticks through the 80s and 90s, it would have happened sooner.
A game's a game, you know. I can enjoy just about anything. Oh, and hey, there's pinball. You like pinball, right, Gavin?
Ooh.
And skee-ball. I love...
Alley rollers.
What?
Technically, skee-ball, depending on spelling and hyphenation, is a registered trademark. These are simply alley rollers, manufactured by a different company.
Sheesh. Way to suck the fun out of it.
Nice, Kit.
Apologies for my innate killjoy nature. Allow me to make it up to you by actually having some fun.
Is that even possible? Will your ultra cool guy exterior allow your inner softie to be exposed?
If you'll let me finish. How about a alley roller contest? Each of us gets 5 tokens to score the most points. Whoever loses buys the other ice cream.
Now we're talking! Hey Crystal, wanna join in? Make this a 3-way dance?
Maybe all the joysticks are gone, but I'm certainly a longtime skee-ball fanatic. I'd likely clean the floor with these two. Still, I mean, ice cream is also great. May the odds be ever in your favor. In all fairness, I'm something of a skee-ball master. Still, may the odds be ever in your favor, and may the best player win. Which will be me, of course.
Ooh, a Gavin boast. That's rare.
It's not a boast if it's a fact.
We'll see, Gavin, we'll see. Aw, Catherine, I'm sorry Bob's bothering you too. Our coins rattle into the slot, tinking along the metal chute.
5 tokens. Highest cumulative score wins. I suppose if it's 3 players, the 2 losers split the cost of the ice cream.
I remember playing tons of alley rollers back when I was a kid, roaming up and down the boardwalks of Flotsam Beach. Like riding a bike, those are physical skills you never really forget. My grip on the gnarly old wooden ball feels completely natural even now. We drop in our tokens and line up for our first throws. It takes a few rolls for me to find my sweet spot, but eventually I'm right where I need to be in the scores, which, unfortunately, can't be said of my coworkers.
Oh, come on. I totally should have landed that one, hundo.
Rather disappointing.
These machines are a bit beat up from exposure and play. I wouldn't be surprised if they're unbalanced.
Or they're rigged, like those Carney games Teo and Percy were playing earlier.
But they aren't. I'm hitting my shots, no problem. And given Gavin's rather manly physique on display right now, I'm a bit surprised he's not throwing them forcefully enough. I could whisper some advice to one of them, maybe give them an edge. It's cheating, sure, but we're all getting ice cream in the end, who cares? I don't know if Gavin will appreciate us giving him help, but we can try. I lean in close to Gavin to give him a tip. I mean, I don't mind being closer to the muscles either, so. Aim for the 40-point pot. always. He did. He's okay with cheating. Good to know. Gavin quirks an eyebrow at me, but seems to catch on to why I'm suggesting it right away. No further words needed. The trick for skee ball is consistency. The 100-point pot is a trap. Hitting it takes precision on a clunky old game. But aim dead center, and you'll always net a reasonable amount of points. 20 at worst, 50 at best. Soon enough, the scores are in, and Gavin's won the game, scraping just slightly past me and leaving Ashley in the dust. Ah, but I lost.
Apologies.
To be fair, Crystal gave me some advice.
Yellow card! Foul on the play! Tainted results!
But you can make it up to me by having us split the ice cream 3 ways. Everybody wins.
That seems fair.
Indeed.
More importantly, we had fun. Arcades are meant to be places where friends can gather and have fun playing with each other. Beachside or in a shopping plaza, with or without joysticks. That's our goal. Let's take back a lesson today that we should always endeavor to provide fun first and foremost. Whatever shape it takes, that is our mission.
Still found a way to turn this into a working vacation, huh?
But an enjoyable one.
Indeed. We grab ice cream cones from a vendor on the boardwalk, swapping work stories, laughing, and having a blast. This is probably the happiest I've seen Gavin. At work, he's all business. But here, he can crack a smile even as he's analyzing arcades. And Ashley just exudes sunshine and cheer everywhere she goes. She's a good influence on him, clearly. But time's ticking and I've got other stops to make. Okay. So let's go hang out with Naomi again. Let's see, how are we doing? Yeah, Naomi definitely needs the help still. Did I? I know I've done this and this, but I can't remember what helps Naomi. Let's try helping Naomi first. Okay. Let's go back a bit and just double check the kindness. Oh, have I not done that one before? I thought I did. Let's try this. Even though the kid is swiping sour gummies, cleaning up this mess is going to be more of a help than snitching. I'm sure the cashier is on it anyway. This isn't the first time a child has tried to steal candy, nor will it be the last. I go around and pick up as much candy as I can find and start putting it back where it belongs. It's like a reverse egg hunt and much more fun than trying to find stray tokens on the Funplex carpet. Okay. Meanwhile, before he can abscond with stolen sweets, the cashier approaches the kid and asks him to turn out his pockets. The kid looks like they want to say something in return, but there is no way to hide it, and the kid reluctantly does so. It appears like the kid wasn't just picking up stuff from the spill. Those pockets were quite full. With more tact than I could probably muster, the cashier tells him to kindly exit the sandy bar, and the kid complies. Okay, so that didn't really do much for us. So... Okay, so Taya likes buttered popcorn. Cotton candy, I think? Oh, kid. Not landing on your foot. Ouch. I can't throw it at the side of a barn. Okay. And Queen Bee in Percy. I don't get tickets for hitting the lights? You should get bonus points. What do I want to do? Yeah, 2 maybe? Let's try 2. Opportunity for work presented itself. I took it. It's a simple equation, really. A job's a job. The Funplex is a fun job, but it's still a job. Okay. So which one of you is lower right now? Percy. Okay. I don't mind going with Percy. I haven't played a lot of skee-ball. Skee-ball is my mom's favorite arcade game to play. I don't think I was very good at it. Oh, we haven't done Percy's side before. Honestly, I can see Percy's side of it. You can't completely avoid risk, but you can calculate those risks. Approach your life with a mindful strategy to get what you want and stay safe.
Safety, ugh. Where's the glory in that? Now, love, nothing wrong with being cautious. Thought playing a control-oriented character and physical discomfort, yes. Plotting your moves, conserving momentum, staying firmly in charge of your own destiny. I'm not saying not to aim for the top, but don't be in such a hurry. Yeah, okay. I mean, I get it, sure. I'll get where I want to be and you'll get your high score. It's inevitable, no matter how fast or slow.
I almost point out that Percy doesn't actually have time for the slow path, but no, not bringing down the mood. Thank you, Crystal. For not bringing down the mood for once. Okay.
Okay, after my analysis, here's where you stand with everybody and how your personality is shaping up. But now that I've had weeks to understand you better, I think I can adjust these values based on what I know each of them likes in a partner. Naomi has a kind heart, and so do you. That's a plus. Gavin is honest and direct, but his bluntness hides a kind heart. And you're both kindly and steady, so that's great. Ashley is an open book, ready to share with anyone. She's very sincere. You're both steady. Percy's heart is wide open to the world, as is your own. You're both very kindly. Teo is quite level-headed and responsible, despite his smirking charm. You're steady as well. And that's everybody. In my final analysis, I think you're the best possible match for Gavin, Percy, and Queen Bee. All three would make a fine companion for you, Crystal. Gavin, Percy, and Queen Bee all get along well with you and match your personality.
So, Gavin, Percy, and Queen Bee.
My sources say yes.
Yes, I calculate you'll have the best probability of success with them.
Numbers. All based on numbers. High score. Okay. Which one have we not picked yet? We've done the first one. We have not done the second one. Just date them all at the same time. That's the dream. To be honest, Gigi. Maybe I'm overthinking this, given we get along great already, but what if I ask them out and it turns out they're not into people like me? Sexuality hasn't exactly popped up in casual conversation yet with anyone.
Crystal, have a little more faith in me than that. I wouldn't suggest anyone if their compass wasn't pointed in your direction. Don't worry, my analysis is sound.
Well, at least I won't have that awkward moment then. Just the awkwardness of approaching someone based on a numeric score. Iris lets out a little digital sigh.
Oh, I don't think you're looking at this score thing the right way, Crystal.
I'm software, right? I have to see the world through numbers. I see your relationships as numbers. I see your vocal tones as numbers. And I score it all. But the math is less important than the meaning. I see a number. But that number represents your free will and your heart. You chose to spend time with them. You shared good times with smiles and laughter, and sometimes even tears.
What do you mean, Zachary and Mara? Persona series is known for very good harem endings.
This isn't like a dating website. You aren't asking a total stranger out just because the numbers match. You need to switch the causal relationship around.
I need to ask for a casual relationship?
Causal. As in the cause of. You aren't spending time with them because of the numbers. The numbers exist because you wanted to spend time with them. You've been building these relationships for months. Now, you can take one to the next level. The numbers can be your guide if you let them. But follow your heart. Above all else, follow your heart. Okay?
Okay. Got it.
Right. So let's not limit ourselves here. Of all those who are special to you, which one do you want to share your heart with?
Yeah, same as GG, Kit. I'm only really familiar with Persona 5, so I'm very biased and I don't know much about the other ones, really, other than the little bit that Zachary's introduced me to. It's a big decision. But she's right. I need to just go for Gavin. I'll admit this is a bit risky considering our working relationship, but I have to do it. I have to try. Fortunately, I already told him I was interested, and he seemed amicable. Maybe it'll work out. Gavin. It's Gavin.
What? Your boss?
Technically, Miss Francine's my boss. Gavin's a co-worker. I know it's difficult, but he's a mature adult, and I think we could make it work.
And you are quite a good match to boot. Okay. I wish you the best of luck, Crystal. Going silent for the evening. Enjoy!
I slip my phone back into my pocket and, gathering my resolve, approach him. Gavin stays on the outer fringes of the group, aloof and cool like always, wearing his work outfit, not even getting out of that for the beach. Zachary, how dare you! Doesn't that mean I'm gonna be the boss, though? So, wait a minute. That complicates things even more. Gavin stays on the outer fringes of the group, aloof and cool like always. How hard will it be to crack that cool exterior, I wonder? Hey, Gavin? Got a moment?
How can I help you, Crystal?
I was wondering if you had made any evening plans yet.
Yes, actually. There is a club a short ways off the main drag of the Boardwalk I wanted to visit.
I suppose.
Would you like to accompany me? I wouldn't be averse to some fine company.
Okay, this may be easier than I thought it'd be. But given the circumstances and Gavin's belief in absolute honesty, I should be upfront about this. I'd love to go out with you, Gavin. Go out with you, I mean.
Yes, that's what I... Ah. I see. Taking me up on that open offer to have a drink, then?
Please say yes, please say yes, please say yes.
Very well.
Yes. I'd love to go out with you on this fine evening. But first, we need to establish some clear expectations concerning our relationship status.
Okay.
We should be careful.
We should be careful. Okay.
Currently, we are both employed by the Funplex. This may cause additional difficulties. Should we find ourselves granting unwarranted favor to each other, or should things turn sour? I wouldn't want to proceed forward unless we have a clear understanding that our work situation and our personal situation should remain entirely distinct and separate. It wouldn't be fair to you, to me, or to our co-workers if we allow our feelings to get in the way of the Funplex itself in any manner. Do we have an accord?
Am I signing a prenup or something? Yeah, I mean, I can respect that he wants to have, nothing misunderstood right from the beginning. I can get behind that. Honestly, I should have been expecting this. Even if he's not technically my boss, we've got a very unique relationship at work. One that could get ugly if things got ugly between us. And I wouldn't want him to offer me a salary raise before offering one to Naomi, for example. There you go. I understand completely. We have to be sensible and mature about all this. My feelings for you and what's best for the Funplex need to be two different things. Honestly, I wouldn't want it any other way. I'd feel uncomfortable if we didn't make it clear up front.
Then we have an accord.
Hooray. And a firm handshake to boot. But as proof that this isn't some business transaction, he tugs that handshake into a light hug. Aww. Gavin. I'm hugging Gavin. Oh my god. I didn't think that was possible. Not that he'd never show me affection, but that he'd be the hugging type. It's a side of him I haven't seen before. Eee!
I am grateful for this. I'll admit to some cowardice that I hadn't asked you first.
No. You wanted to go out with me? He releases me after, still smiling.
Absolutely. Given our unique circumstances, I didn't feel it would be right for me to make that first move, however. It'll put you in an uncomfortable situation.
I'm totally gonna tell Naomi you're a hugger. No, don't bring up the other girl. Do not. He did just laugh. It was so unexpected and cute. Oh my goodness. I think one's probably a safe bet. I think. I'm tempted to just leap into his arms for another hug. In fact, that's exactly what I do. I'm perfectly comfortable right where I am, Gavin. I've always felt comfortable around you. Even in the more intense times around the arcade, you've been the steady hand that kept me feeling like things would be okay. So be it work or pleasure, I'm comfortable with you. Ah, look at his face! It's like a side smirk, like, so good.
Ah, you do me far too much credit, Crystal. But thank you. Now, as for our date itself, I did have evening plans, and sharing them with you doesn't change that. If anything, it enhances them.
There's a side of me I'd love to share with you. If you're open-minded enough. It's a bit wild of me, I suppose.
Oh boy, what am I getting into? You. Wild. You? Go on, please.
That's not to say it's that I'm about to shock you with some torrid, lustful fixation of mine.
Oh god. Oh, Zachary, no! Please, we're not going 50 Shades. That would be an amazing twist, though. I would, like, die on the spot. Hey, I'm not kink shaming.
No. It's...
No.
Well, I suppose I should keep it a surprise now, to milk it for all it's worth.
I'm waiting for it to be the most boring ass shit ever, and just be like, ah, it's so cute, you think this is wild. With that, Gavin offers his arm to me.
Shall we walk there? It's a lovely evening for a stroll.
Let's. I accept his arm, trying to be even half as graceful and confident as he seems right now. And together we walk down the boardwalk. He leads me down a side street away from the main drag of glittery lights and wandering tourists. Not exactly the wrong side of the tracks. Flotsam's a tourist town through and through, but certainly far from the places I know. And soon we arrive at... ooh, a bar and an arcade. Fancy drink. Grandpa's medicine. Pangy paradise. Rough day. Milk arcade spirits. Overscotch kale ale. Kale ale? An overpriced generic drink. It is overpriced. Yes, we are on Chapter 5, Game Dan. A barcade? Well, I guess I know what I'm putting together later. A quiet little bar plus arcade at that. The games are muted, playing quietly. Smoke drifts through the air, a thick haze of it, with the smell of liquor following after. On stage, a small arrangement of jazz musicians play a steady stream of chill improvised music. Arcade roots bleed through in those funky synth tones. It's got the feel of an old speakeasy or a rundown burlesque club. The right balance of greasy sleaze and classy dignity. This is pretty cool. Well, this background art looks very familiar. I agree, Zachary. Gavin takes a deep breath. And coughs lightly, but otherwise seems at peace.
We should get a table towards the back. There's no need to be right by the stage. Somewhere away from the spotlight, where we can talk and simply enjoy the experience.
The experience. Why are two of these the same? Oh, that's great. I'm dying. I know it's in the inflection. Can I do 2 just for fun, and then we'll come back and do 3? I really want to do 2 just for fun. Okay, we're doing 2 just for fun, and then we'll come back. I need to know. So, when does the show start? And how many states is it illegal in? Can we watch? Can we participate?
No.
No. What? No, it's just... Gavin gestures around the place. This. Okay. That's funny. I just had to know. The face was funny. Let's try 3. Okay, I'm confused. How is this in any way wild?
Well, it's just...
Gavin gestures around the place.
This.
Okay, I'm actually gonna go back and do 2, because I like that you got embarrassed about it.
Jazz specifically. Despite my best efforts to keep my quiet inner life a thing for my own enjoyment, you've all learned I love pinball, yes?
With such a supple wrist, yes. Supple.
Jazz is similar for me. It's order over chaos. Chaos dancing within order. The best musicians don't simply play back a score like code through a chip. They feel each other, the flow and pattern, and play off each other. Here. Close your eyes for a moment.
Okay.
Now. Just let it wash over you. There's structure to it, yes. Time and measure, beat and backbeat. But there's also a sense of joy in the music, a feeling expressed without words. A pure wish to be alive, here and now in this moment.
Oh my goodness, you're so right, Mara. They totally would be at a jazz club. Be amazing.
No 2 performances are the same, even when playing the same song. It's madness in a way. Wild and free. And I love it.
He really does. He looks so happy, so at peace. No furrowed brow or exasperated sigh when on the clock at the Funplex solving problems. Ooh. How much do we want to... How fast do we want to move on this, guys? Do we want to try 2? Do we want to try 2? Okay, we got a 3, a 2. Make him drunk. Okay, we got 2 2s. Three 2s, 1 1, 1 3. Okay, let's try 2. We can always go back. Gavin, opening himself up to me like this, sharing something that's important to him. It's more than I could have hoped for. Under the table, I take his hand and squeeze it gently. Woohoo! Yay! It seems to pull him out of his trance, but he doesn't mind the interruption. He returns my squeeze, the simple gesture of comfort.
Thank you.
I'm glad I could share this with you. No doubt I'd enjoy coming alone, but it'd be a different flavor. A more sedate and solitary experience. This, having someone with me, well, it's new for me. I'll admit to that. But contrary to popular opinion, I do love a wildcard variable or two in my life.
I'm not that wild. I mean, we're very similar, yes? I'm pretty sure my iris has calculated that out to 12 decimal places, even.
It's less a matter of personality and more a matter of how to phrase this. Novelty.
So I'm like the silly prizes at the ticket desk?
Novelty as in newness. Just having someone else in my life is a wild card variable. As you no doubt imagined, I was content to be alone. Much of the time. Or so I'd imagined as well. Drinks. I believe we should have drinks. What would you enjoy?
Bourbon, whiskey, wine, scotch, water. The only thing I don't like in there is wine. I don't know if this matters. Yeah, no sake? What kind of place is this? Yeah. The Irish in me demands whiskey. A few fingers of whiskey feels appropriate.
Agreed.
Very well.
I'll return shortly with your drink, my dear.
My dear? Woo! Whoa! Wow!
Or is my dear a bit too forward for our first outing together?
No! I mean, no. Not too forward.
Ah, excellent.
My dear? What happened? Things are moving very well. This is happening, right? Gavin and I. Me and Gavin. Whichever is grammatically correct. I feel a burning need for proper grammar in his presence. Accurate. Too good to be true, and yet, here we are. Once upon a time, I'd assumed nothing good could happen to a member of the Wave Rider family. But, while Mom and Dad loved each other, yeah? Even in troubled times, they stuck together. There was shouting over household finances, but not in hate. In very aggressive problem solving. They never considered divorce, not once. We were a family. Oh yeah, Mara, I really, really hope the conflict isn't dumb either. Please, please, please. I was always so focused on my own misery and the way we always had to settle for what we had, to realize what we had wasn't all bad. And here and now, I'm with Gavin. Living in this one moment, like the music that wafts through the barcade. No matter what else happens, we have this together.
Crystal.
Gah! Surprised me there. Sorry, was just a bit deep in thought. Gavin sits down our drinks, settling back in at the table.
What about?
About family, I guess.
It's a bit early to be thinking about marriage, isn't it? while I am dedicating myself to you in this moment, as I prefer to live a life of sincerity, I'm not exactly demanding a proposal 10 minutes into our first date.
No, not that. Just how my family held fast despite the storms. How much of that reminds me of you.
Ah. I wish I could say the same of my own family. But you already know about that.
Oh, right. He told me before how his family were overachievers who refused to acknowledge their own inherited advantages. Not a lot of love lost in that mess.
But I do know what you mean.
Indeed.
What we have, even just as co-workers, as members of the Funplex, is a tightly knit bond. What we found on this evening is another layer of that bond. A new instrument in the mix to carry my rather belabored jazz metaphor to its breaking point. And while I'll hold true to my bond with everyone in the Funplex, I swear to hold with absolute faith and truth to you.
Gavin.
It's heavy-handed, I know, but I know no other way to live. So, for as long as you want me by your side, I'll be here. No matter the difficulties, the hardships. And should you want to part ways, you would find me understanding.
This guy being like, I don't expect a marriage proposal 10 minutes in, and then basically says, like, what equates to marriage vows to me. I'm like, damn. We move fast with the Gavster. Yeah, exactly, Wes. But I'm like, this sounds like a marriage vow. I'm like, what? I don't want...
I know. I'm simply saying, my devotion is conditional on your consent.
He reaches out and embraces my hand. Fingers intertwined, mine and his.
As long as you need me, I will be here. For now, let's just enjoy this evening together.
And then quiet again, save for the flowing music and my own thoughts. Yeah, I would agree with Mara Westwood. Taya wasn't fast. He was... I don't know, there was kind of like a slow ramping up, because we started out like really flirty, and it stayed really flirty throughout. I think he was more about just like enjoying the relationship for what it was. More so than like, so we're getting married, right? That's how I felt about it anyway. Yeah, I think 2's good. Like, it's really sweet. Not 3 for sure. Let's try 2. I knew that underneath his simple and honest exterior, there was passion. Maybe not this much, but I have to admit that this is what I was hoping for. I've never been loved this intensely, this suddenly. It's a huge shift from how I've interacted with him before, that's to be sure, but I could get used to this, honestly. This devotion. Or I could suggest he tone it down a little, maybe take things slower at the start. Hey, Gavin?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with the devotion. Everyone's just like, one. Don't you ruin this. 1. Okay, hopefully this doesn't like bite us in the butt later, but actually, hold on. Just in case. Okay. 1. Oh, another choice. If I asked you to douse yourself in olive oil and feed me grapes while fanning me. Do we repeat the marriage vow back, guys, or get some clarity on the situation? What do we think? I'm kind of leaning towards repeating the marriage vows, but... Three? Yeah, 1 or 3. Okay, we got 1. Actually, let's do 1 first. See if if he's certain about this, and if he is, we'll come back and we'll do the marriage vows. I think that's a good way to play this. Let's just try 1 for now. We'll come back to 3. If this is going to be a relationship built on absolute honesty, I want to make sure you're truly ready for this. Do you really love me this much? That you devote yourself to me the way you're saying?
Yes. Yes, I do. And I will.
Take this matter seriously.
This is my modus, Crystal. When I've decided my desires, I pursue them to the absolute fullest. I abandon my family wealth to become my own man. I embrace the Funplex to protect its dreams. And now, I embrace you as a kindred spirit and partner. I'm incapable of offering anything less than the very best I can manage. Which is not to say I'm infallible. And if I misstep, if I do anything to make you uncomfortable, I want you to tell me.
He's trying his best, I'll give him that, and he's got an earnest desire to see me happy. Okay. I know I can be honest with you.
Through honesty, I'm sure we'll both find a comfortable place to inhabit together. Thank you, Crystal. I couldn't ask for more. Thank you.
Man, so many thank yous.
Thank you for this lovely evening, Crystal. Thank you.
Okay. Let's go back a little bit and let's do number 3. Yeah, wedding bells in the future. Except for the, the conflict TM happening next chapter. I know. The moment when he goes against us is gonna be such a knife in the heart. Ugh.
The least I can do is the same. I'll be true to you as you're true to me. That's what I want.
I'm pleased to hear that.
Take this matter seriously.
Okay. Well, let's find out.
To be perfectly honest, it's the finest evening I've had in years. As you no doubt can imagine, I don't really get out much. I rarely do anything simply for pleasure. Too costly, too pointless, too wasteful. At most, I'd head out to a club like this maybe once a month. Or perhaps take in a movie when I couldn't argue myself out of it by saying, I should just stream it when it's out later this year, that's cheaper. But having someone to share such pleasures in life with, well, that's a different matter, isn't it?
Mara, please.
Being in a relationship is the perfect excuse for me to spend more evenings enjoying life, rather than sitting around at home. I'm entertaining for 2 now, you see.
I'd hope I'm more than a perfect excuse. Gavin chuckles playfully.
I would put emphasis on perfect above excuse in your case, Crystal.
Damn smooth.
And I've no more excuses to avoid life, have I? Not with someone I can share it with. I can't exactly promise a whirlwind of romance, but I've made my intent clear. My dedication. I can at the very least promise interesting times.
A toast, then? May we live in interesting times.
Hear, hear.
We softly clink our glasses together, exchanging this vow. from there, it's more drinks, more jazz, and more conversation. And did anything interesting happen? I grow more and more comfortable as the evening goes on, and we learn more about each other, grow to know each other. But the hour grows late, and Gavin's a firm believer in a healthy bedtime. So he offers to walk me back to my hotel. And an incessant buzzing in my pocket reminds me of another stop we need to make along the way. And they are now married by whiskey. The best marriage. We didn't get a CG yet, but I think this might be when we get it.
What sort of stop?
It's a surprise. My own little surprise after yours. Beach CG? Ah! Ooh! Wazzy looky! Nice, nice. Iris was right. A 99.97% chance of romantic success if you take your special someone on a moonlit seaside stroll. With Gavin at my side, watching the waves gently roll into Flotsam Beach, I feel completely at peace.
I've never been one for natural wonders, but I will admit that this is absolutely wonderful.
Can we come back sometime? I mean, I know the Funplex is going to be busy, with business on the uptick, but
we can always make time to enjoy life.
Nah.
You've my promise on that.
Why does it sound like he's so close? I had chills from that. I didn't think he was that large either, but I'm like, damn, he's large. And that's how Gavin and I found each other. I'd called our lunchtime party the high water mark, one perfect moment in time. But I was wrong. This was it. And in the difficult weeks ahead, I'd cling to that high water mark in hopes the waves would roll my way again. They made him more good-looking in this route. We'll whisper in our ears. Level 5 of Arcade Spirits completed. So far, you've scored 19,450 points. You're winning friends and influencing people. Oh, and pizza fact time! 3 of the top 10 weeks of pizza consumption occur in January. More pizza is consumed during the big game week than any other week of the year. Do you want to save your game before proceeding to level 6? Yes. And I think I'm actually going to call it there, guys. Leave it on a super high note with our boy before the conflict happens and all that shenanigans. Because I think the next chapter is fairly long anyway, so we'll save that looming on the horizon. We'll end it on a good note. I think that's the best way to do it. And Dead Francine. It's true. Next week is Pain Week. Indeed. Couldn't say it better myself. Well, guys, thank you very much for joining me for another awesome stream. This was great. I had a great time thirsting with y'all over Gavin. And catching up after the vacation. It was really good to hang out with everybody again. I've missed y'all. Let's see. What's going on this week? This week is, finishing up the bad endings in Steam Prison, and then I think by Friday, we start Ewan's route in Changeling. I know, Pain Week just after my birthday. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Life is pain. Whether it's on my birthday or no. Besides, we might actually finish the route next week, depending on how long the chapters are and how much new stuff we see. So, we'll see. Yeah, same time next week, Westwood. We'll be back to continue this. And yeah, so Friday we'll be doing Ewan on Changeling. Sunday will be more of the letter. Just finishing up all the endings in there. Is that it? I think that might be it. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you around the channel for that, guys. Otherwise, maybe next week we'll find out what this conflict is. Oh yeah, and Saturday we're starting a new thing with Max, Danganronpa. So if you're around Saturday, we're all done our Lego Batman shenanigans and we're gonna jump into Danganronpa and see how we fare. Alright. The letter will end. I'm almost there, if you can believe it, Zachary. Nearly there, and then we're moving on to new things after a year of playing that. It's been crazy. Anyway, alright, have a good rest of your day wherever you are, guys. Thank you once again for joining me, and until next time, I will see you later. Bye-bye!